Have you ever seen a moment where thousands of people scream, but for two individuals, the world suddenly stops? Let's dive in. Welcome back. Today we are breaking down a secret stage moment that made timelines explode. Watch until the very end. The concert that day seemed to be going just like any other normal show. The energy radiating from all the BTS members was absolutely incredible, and the thousands of armies packed into the venue were singing along passionately at the top of their lungs. However, if you look closely at the footage, Taehyung appeared noticeably more emotional than he usually does, particularly when the slower, more heartfelt ballad songs started playing. He was seen gazing out into the beautiful ocean of armies with tear-filled, glossy eyes several times, but then came a specific point in the setlist where the stage formation required the members to spread out across the massive stage. This is exactly where the magic began. Instead of staying in his designated spot like he was supposed to, Taehyung decided to slowly walk across the stage, completely ignoring the main broadcasting cameras. His one and only goal? To approach Jungkook, who was standing quietly in a far corner. As soon as Taehyung finally reached Jungkook's side, the entire atmosphere around the two of them instantly shifted into something else. You know that famous saying, "It felt like they were the only two people in the world"? Well, that is precisely what happened right here on this very stage. Taehyung stood incredibly close, to the point where their shoulders were practically brushing against each other. Without even lifting his microphone to speak, Taehyung looked deeply into Jungkook's eyes and whispered something incredibly private. And what was Jungkook's reaction to this sudden closeness? He didn't look surprised at all. He simply looked down for a brief second, let out the softest, most endearing little smile, and then gazed right back at Taehyung with a look full of pure tenderness. There was no loud laughter or playful physical joking like they usually do on camera. Instead, there was just an overwhelming sense of beautiful, intimate calmness. Naturally, the deeply observant armies inside the venue did not just sit back and ignore this. Initially, this highly intimate interaction was not broadcasted on the massive main concert screens, but thanks to the dedicated KARMYS filming from the very front rows, we finally got to witness this magical moment from an incredibly close distance. The moment this specific fancam was uploaded to Twitter, the international response was absolutely insane. One Korean netizen excitedly wrote, "I was actually there in person, and honestly, the moment Taehyung walked over to Jungkook, the vibe instantly felt so intensely private. It was as if they completely forgot there were thousands of eyes watching them." Another international fan left a beautiful comment saying, "The way Jungkook looks at Taehyung is not just a regular look you give a friend. That is a gaze overflowing with a deep sense of security, total understanding, and pure unconditional affection." The intense whispering moment and that deeply affectionate gaze were honestly already more than enough to make everyone's hearts race. But hold on just a second. If you only watched the viral videos circulating on TikTok at their regular, normal speed, you definitely missed one incredibly crucial detail hidden in plain sight. A dedicated fansite actually took the time to slow the footage down to exactly 0.5x speed, carefully zooming into the lower half of their bodies, which was slightly obstructed by the stage props. And what exactly did they manage to find hidden in those shadows? You probably won't even believe what Taehyung's right hand was caught doing in those final, fleeting seconds right before the two of them finally separated to continue the performance. This tiny, seemingly invisible detail completely changes the entire context of their interaction and proves just how deeply connected they really are when they think nobody at all is watching. It turns out that from a brand new side angle that miraculously leaked just last night, it is vividly clear what happened next. Right after whispering those secret words, Taehyung's hand slowly traveled down and gently rested on the lower curve of Jungkook's waist. This was absolutely not a typical, rough pat on the back between two regular brothers. Instead, it was a very slow, comforting stroke, as if he was providing a silent affirmation or desperately seeking grounding. In immediate response, Jungkook naturally leaned his body weight just a little bit closer toward Taehyung's lingering touch. This tiny, subconscious physical gesture felt incredibly natural and unforced. There was zero hesitation from either side, which strongly proves just how completely accustomed they truly are to using this kind of gentle, comforting physical touch to soothe one another during highly emotional and overwhelming moments in front of massively large concert crowds. What truly makes this specific moment at the Real On Stage tour so incredibly special is the deliberate choice Taehyung made. At the exact moment he felt completely overwhelmed and deeply moved by the emotional atmosphere of the concert, he immediately sought out his personal anchor. In human psychology, a person will subconsciously gravitate toward the one individual who makes them feel the safest when their emotions are running extremely high. And on that fateful night, Taehyung's ultimate anchor was unmistakably Jungkook. He deliberately chose not to share that highly vulnerable, fragile emotional state directly with the tens of thousands of screaming fans, but instead channeled it entirely through a silent, private interaction with Jungkook. This powerfully reaffirms the fact that for Taehyung, Jungkook remains his ultimate safe space and most trusted sanctuary amidst the incredibly harsh, chaotic reality of the global entertainment industry. Seeing this interaction broken down in such incredible detail, a massive wave of non-fans and casual viewers actually found themselves deeply moved by the footage. One particular comment that instantly went viral on TikTok stated, "I am not even an ARMY, but just by observing the gentle way the younger guy looks at and naturally responds to the older guy's touch, you can instantly tell there is an intensely strong soul tie and deep emotional bond between them. They are instinctively protecting each other." This raw observation fiercely shuts down all the cynical haters who constantly try to claim that their interactions are nothing more than calculated fan service. Absolutely no one does fake fan service in a dark, unlit corner of a massive stage away from the main broadcasting cameras. This was purely about two human beings who desperately needed their primary support system at the exact right moment to help them get through the emotional night. This deeply touching incident from the Real On Stage tour will undeniably go down in history as one of the most raw, genuine, and unfiltered Taekook moments we have ever witnessed. Without needing to say a single word out loud, they powerfully proved that a truly strong emotional connection does not ever require any form of public validation. Sometimes, all it takes is one meaningful glance, one quiet whisper, and one gentle stroke on the back to loudly say, "I am right here with you no matter what happens." Taehyung made the conscious choice to continue his fragile, emotional moment exclusively with Jungkook, and Jungkook accepted him with a completely open heart. Ultimately, at the end of the day, no matter how deafeningly loud the screams of the concert crowd might get, the only voice they truly listen to and rely on is each other's. It is a truly beautiful testament to a bond that goes far beyond music, fame, and the blinding lights of the stage. What do you think about this Real On Stage moment? Did you notice Taehyung's hand before the zoomed-in fancam? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. If you love deep Taekook analysis like this, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. See you next time, Borahi.